Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome officially to my first Christmas video of the year. I'm not quite done with non-Christmas cups for the year, but I was so excited about this cup and I just had to get it out as soon as possible. I'm really excited about this video and I hope you guys enjoy it. We're gonna go back to when we were all kids and we sang the song, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. I would play it, but I don't want to get copyright stricken. You all know the song. I hope it's in your head this entire video because it was in my head the entire time I was making this tumbler. This was such a fun design to put together, and again, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know, of course, what you think down below in the comments. If you enjoy it, make sure you hit the thumbs up button down below and make sure you're subscribed to my channel because we are right on the cusp of my holiday countdown series. It starts this Monday, October 30th, and I'll be posting a brand new video every single day for 24 days straight. We are getting festive. We're excited. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are ready. So mark your calendars. This Monday, the series begins. Spirit fingers. As always, everything I'm using in this video will be listed and linked down below, along with some discount codes for you. I'll also have links to all my social media pages, a link to join my Facebook group, and if you'd like to sign up for my exclusive mentorship group, MBMM Elite, you can sign up via the link down below or go to madebymannyandmal.com/MBMM Elite. We have a ton of fun in that group. I provide a bunch of additional content and benefits for you. So if you're looking for a new community or a new family to join, I would love to have you join mine. Okay, I think that's it. Again, let me know what you think down below in the comments, and I will see you again on Monday. Okay, let's go. We'll be using a 20-ounce skinny straight tumbler for this tutorial. This is a white one, so it's ready to go. And we're gonna use this super cute vinyl and decal pattern pack. This pattern is called Pink Hippo, and here's the matching decal. I designed this decal, and both of these are available at the Vinyl Cottage. You can use my discount code Mallory10 to save 10% on your order. And this vinyl is so freaking cute, you guys. I could not wait to use it when I got it in the mail. So what we're going to do is start by putting our vinyl around the bottom half of our tumbler. So I'm just going to measure where I want that vinyl to go, and then I'm going to trim it down to fit that area. And then I'm going to take my cup Cradle here. This is from CamiPaige Boutique, and I'm going to use that to help me draw a straight line on my cup. This is a super easy way to get that straight line on there, and it's really going to help you in placing your vinyl down straight. So I'm going to cut off a little bit of the backing from the vinyl, and I'm going to adhere that really thin strip of vinyl to that straight line. So I'm going to try to line up the straight edges the best I can, wrap it around my cup to make sure everything lines up the right way, and then I'm just going to use my big old squeegee here to push the vinyl onto the cup, and I'm pushing the backing away in the process. This big squeegee is from the Bowen. It's the best thing on the planet. It makes vinyl wraps so easy. So I just use that real quick. And then I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm going to cut off the excess vinyl. And as you can see, as always, I'm cutting around the shapes. And with this one, I got really lucky because I didn't have any half shapes there. So it looks really, really seamless. I was so excited. Now for the bottom of our tumbler, we're going to pull this vinyl down around that bottom rim. So I use my heat gun to loosen up the vinyl a little bit, like kind of make it a little bit more stretchy. And my goal here is to get this vinyl to lay smoothly around that bottom rim and make it smooth until it hits that little inner lip on the bottom of the tumbler that you can see there. And then when it hits that, it can wrinkle, it can do whatever it wants because we're going to trim off all of that excess and then finish off the bottom at the very end of the video. So I'm just using my heat gun as I go around, using my squeegee, making sure that I get this as smooth as I can. And then I'm going to take my craft knife and I'm going to cut in that little ridge. I'm going to cut off all of this excess and we're going to be left with a really, really nice, smooth, seamless transition from the side of the cup down to the bottom like you can see there. Now for the top of the tumbler, I wanted to do something a little bit different than what I have done in the past, obviously. So I'm going to measure my cup, this top half, and we're just over 4 inches. So I decided that I wanted to do some foil stripes under our glitter that we're going to add. I thought it would just look kind of cool and like give it a little bit of a dimensional kind of fun look. So I'm taking 2 sheets of foil. These are both from Southern Belle Glitter, and we do have a discount code with Southern Belle now if you didn't hear in my Facebook group. The code is Mallory10 and you can use it on the whole site. I'll have both of these sheets of foil linked down below in the description box along with the foil adhesive that I like to use. So yeah, we're going to use the foils on this tumbler. So for our top stripes, I'm going to use some double-sided adhesive. You can also get this at Southern Belle Glitter. And I cut the stripes out at a little bit over an inch in thickness. So I took that top half of my cup measurement that I made, divided it by 4, and that's how wide I made each of my stripes. So for you, this will vary based on how large you make that vinyl section at the bottom. So I cut those stripes out, and as you can see, I just placed them lined up with each other on that top portion of the cup. And now we're going to go in one by one with our foil. So starting with the pink, this is called Just Call Me Queen. It's a really pretty holographic, super sparkly pink. And I'm just going to try and cover as much of this striped area as I can with my foil. So I'm going to go in, wrap it around, really push it down, try to get it on there the best I can. There are a ton of techniques for laying foil down. You can use a wire brush. You can use a toothbrush, somebody said to me once. You can use your squeegee, whatever you like. The goal is to just get the foil on the tumbler. I'm going to alternate every other stripe here, obviously. So I'm going to go in now with my second pink stripe. And now the colors here don't really like bleed or move around. It's not like doing glitter stripes. So if you wanted to, you could take your pearlescent stripe next and just do them back to back to back. But I just wanted to go color by color because that's what I'm used to doing with glitter. So after I'm done with my 2 pink stripes, I'm going to go in with the pearl and do those stripes. And now this one didn't show up super duper well, I guess, underneath the glitter. So in hindsight, I probably would have used something a little bit different, but I do really like how it turned out. So that's what it looks like with just the foil. And now we're going to take the foil adhesive and we're going to go right over that. And we're going to add some glitter just to make this a little bit more sparkly. You guys know I have to use glitter. If I don't, I feel like something is wrong. So we are going to do a really thin layer of this foil adhesive. And I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I'm going to use my heat gun to get it a little bit dry because we're going to kind of like tack it method do this. Now I learned this technique when I was teaching at Craftacular with Vanessa from BMD Designs, and ever since she showed me how to do this, I have been obsessed with this. So credit for this technique does not go to me. Go give it to Vanessa. She has gotten me so addicted to doing this. So once my foil adhesive was dry, I took chunky Parabatai from Peachy Olive Glitters, and you can see I'm just putting it on my cup, and then I'm wearing a glove on my hand. Unless you want to get glitter on your hand, wear a glove. And I'm just going to kind of like rub that glitter down, get it to lay super duper smooth, and it's going to give us a really pretty finish. So after chunky Parabatai, I decided I needed to use more glitter. So I took Opal Majesty, also from Peachy Olive Glitters, and I'm going to cover that whole top half and essentially do the exact same thing again. I just wanted some more coverage, some more sparkle, and I wanted more. So once I had that glitter on, I went right into my epoxy. I did not seal the top layer of glitter. I just put my epoxy on the bottom half of the cup where the Hippo vinyl is first, and then I moved up and added the epoxy to the top half. You don't really need to seal it. You totally can if you want to, but you don't have to. So after that first coat, I added a second coat on top, and then I was ready to go in and do my first little set of vinyl work. So for this middle stripe here, I decided that I wanted to just use some scrap vinyl. So I took 2 of my silver textured metallic stripes that I had cut out for various different projects, and I decided that I wanted to just lay them right next to each other to create one big thick stripe. Of course, you're welcome to cut one big thick stripe, but I've been trying to use all the scrap vinyl that I have around, so I'm just laying 2 of them next to each other. Now we are going to put a stripe of vinyl in the middle of this textured metallic vinyl, but we're going to wait until after we epoxy over it because we're going to use this really pretty holographic chrome vinyl, and it's really thin and kind of shows every little bump and nook and cranny. So we want to make sure that that's totally smooth before we put that on top of the textured metallic. So what I'm going to do now is put a bleach spot down on my tumbler so that we can put our decal over that. I tried to put the decal down originally on just the stripes and it just looked a little funny to me, so I decided to go with a little bleach spot decal to make sure that it would really pop off of our background. This little bleach spot is also from the Vinyl Cottage. You can find a little square shape like I'm using, or there are also circle options. And these are great if you're like, kind of like me, you don't like to do the whole like spray painted bleach spot because for some reason it just never turns out to be the right size. It's kind of messy. So I really love these bleach spot decals. They're fantastic for making your decals just pop a little bit more on your tumbler. So I'm just going to take that right off the backing and I'm going to place it opposite the back seam of our vinyl wrap. Now with this one, we got really lucky, so we don't really have a super visible seam, so really we could put this anywhere, but I decided just to put it on the opposite side, like basically on the front of the tumbler. And I'm just laying this down the best I can, trying to make sure we don't have any bubbles or anything underneath. And we are not going to lay our decal down right on top of this surface because the surface is kind of matte just a little bit. We don't want any of the lines on the edges of that decal that we lay down to show underneath the epoxy. So from here, I'm going to do another coat of epoxy. So that will smooth out our textured metallic lines, and it'll also give us a really nice glossy surface to put our decal over that bleach spot. So now that we've got that coat of epoxy on our tumbler, we can move on to these next two elements. So we're going to take, again, this rose gold holographic chrome vinyl from Tech Wrap Craft, and I cut this stripe at, I believe, 0.12 inches in width, and I'm just going to very carefully place it right directly in the middle of those two silver stripes that I have. So basically, I'm just following that line from where I lined up those two stripes, but again, if you use just a thick stripe, just try to get it as centered as possible. And then I'm going to move on to placing my decal. Now I'm just going to try to get this as centered as possible within this bleach spot. You can see I pieced together the backing. I peeled this off the first time very, very carefully. Just tried not to ruin it. And then if I ruined any part of the edges, I just trimmed those off and the decal is totally fine. So I'm going to lay down one half of the decal first after I find that it's centered. And then I'm going to use my vinyl scraping tool to push the rest of the decal onto the tumbler. And there we go. How stinking cute is that? I think it looks so much better over the bleach spot than it did over the stripes. But of course, I want you to do whatever makes you happy. So if you like it on the stripes, do it that way. That's fine. So now the last step in this design is to finish off the bottom, and we're going to do this really, really simply. We're going to measure that inner circle on the bottom of our tumbler, and then we're going to take some more of that pattern vinyl, and I'm just going to cut out a circle shape in that size. I believe this was 2.5 inches in width or diameter, and I'm just going to place that right in that middle section. Now, one thing you want to make sure of when you do this is that you have a smooth surface down at the bottom. I didn't really sand quite enough, so I've got a few little rough spots, but it's okay. Just make sure that you sand that down and get it as smooth as possible before you place this vinyl circle down. I always like to do this at the very end because that's usually when your cup is the smoothest and you won't have any issues with that vinyl like poking up or anything. So I like to leave this till the very end. And after that, I did my final 2 coats of epoxy and this tumbler is all finished. So here's the final result. My first Christmas tumbler of 2023 is officially in the books. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I have so much more to come in my holiday countdown series starting this Monday, October 30th. I will have a video every single day for 24 days straight. I hope you guys are ready. I'm so excited and I will see you on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. I love you and I'll see you then. Okay, bye.